que la guerra contra las drogas ha fracasado rotundamente.
We need to talk about cocaine.
Especially in East Germany, it's really easy to get drugs, even hard ones.
You can just walk into a club and get your hands on something in under 5 minutes. Europe's cocaine crisis is getting wider and deeper.
To a 2-kilo cocaine bust.
And inside the car, they found more than 2 kilos of cocaine and a gun.
$12 million of cocaine seized.
Police have stopped a massive shipment of cocaine.
Police discovered the drugs in Whiteland.
350 pounds of cocaine.
The cocaine crisis in Europe.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
The coke is everywhere. It's pretty much the most profitable substance in the entire world. From blackmail to kidnappings and torture, criminal gangs have unleashed an unprecedented wave of drug-related violence. A set of shipping containers converted into a makeshift prison with a soundproof torture chamber. These days, cocaine is everywhere, on TV, in music, in clubs, and at work. We wanted to know more about this drug. Where does it come from? What does it do to those who consume it? And why is it all of a sudden flooding Europe? We had a ton of questions. So we started looking for answers. A few months ago, the most popular survey taken in Germany asked people to share their experiences with cocaine. Nearly 4,000 of them reached out to us. From all their stories, we created these characters. They're based on real people from Germany, but we changed their voices and fictionalized their names.
Let's dive in. Right, Tony just started his shift as a doorman at the club, but he's already fighting off exhaustion. I work 12-hour shifts in my main job. It's a 2-shift system, days and nights, a constant unhealthy change. You just run out of energy after a while. Inside the club, Linda has just arrived. We drop our stuff off at the coat check and head to the bathroom. That's just standard protocol. Across the street, Max and his crew are at their favorite bar. He's feeling tense. I get overwhelmed when everyone starts talking over each other. Upstairs, Nick is getting ready for a long night of World of Warcraft. In the room next door, Lars dodges another call from his parents. They've been blowing up his phone for days. Meanwhile, Marco is the last one left at the office. He has a few more important deals to close. I can work all night and only crash for a few hours around noon. They all have one thing in common. They do coke. They snort the white powder through a small tube or through rolled-up bills. That's not just a cliche. Most people take cocaine by snorting it. Coke is everywhere in Europe. Surveys indicate that over 1.2% of all Europeans between the ages of 15 and 64 do cocaine at least once a year. Among the 15 to 34-year-olds, it's almost 3%. That's roughly 2.7 million people. We met her at the University Medical Center in Hamburg. She probably knows cocaine users, at least here in Germany. She spent the last several years interviewing hundreds of users from all walks of life and their cocaine use. The hype around the substance worries her. So does the fact that many people believe they can handle it just fine. Some can, but others lose control without even realizing it. Music. Research indicates a trend. Over the last few years, young people in Europe are drinking and smoking less on average, but using significantly more cocaine. Cocaine has never been easier to come by. Global production is hitting new highs every year, and coke is quick and easy to consume, making it a perfect fit for our fast-paced world. But what exactly happens inside the heads of people on cocaine? When we laugh, our brains release dopamine. Dopamine motivates us and drives our desire to take action. It's widely considered a key part of the reward system in our brains. During an orgasm, dopamine levels in the brain rise by about 80%. With crystal meth, that number jumps to around 1,400%, which is why the drug is so incredibly addictive. According to some estimates, coke increases dopamine release by around 200 to 400% when it's snorted, depending on dosage and purity. Still, it's a massive kick. The high kicks in within just a few minutes. Heart rate and blood pressure rise. Breathing gets faster and body temperature starts to climb. With cocaine, the most intense part of the high hits within 15 minutes. That's when you reach peak euphoria and feel the most uplifted. It keeps you awake and makes you feel invincible, cool, and uninhibited. Over the next hour or so, that effect fades. There are many reasons why people use cocaine. Many users take cocaine at parties, mostly on weekends. A problem is that some end up taking too much of it or mixing it with alcohol. Linda is one of them. Tonight, she wants to go all in. Have fun, a couple of beers, a couple of lines. connect with friends. I guess that's what I want out of a good night out. It only takes a quick trip to the club bathroom to shake off all that nasty weekday stress. Linda feels awake, confident, and ready to party till dawn. That's when the grinning starts. Same situation with Tony, Max, and others. They feel confident. Frequent and excessive use can also have lasting effects on the brain. Studies suggest that cocaine can damage both the structure and function of the brain. Severe cases can even lead to personality changes. Instead of becoming more social, long-term users are often described as increasingly antisocial and narcissistic. That stuff destroys your soul. There's no other way to put it. Cocaine doesn't actually increase performance, but it keeps users awake, alert, and on the job longer. Marco can barely get through work without it anymore. He's self-employed and often works through the night, only crashing around noon the next day. It's extremely hard for me to keep my sales this high without the substance. It sounds bad, but thanks to Coke, I don't depend on any employer. This is a feeling many users in the group share. As a recruiter, I spend days making calls and nights writing emails to potential candidates. I was heavily addicted for 2 years. I just started my own business and just wanted to keep performing. Like 70 to 80% of the people there do it. Men especially use Coke, roughly 2 to 3 times as much according to Terhold. No matter who wants it, they can get it. Ridiculously easy and incredibly fast. Linda lives in a small town in eastern Germany. For her, Coke is just a phone call away. One call or a short message is all it takes, especially in small towns. But the illusion of control is part of the trap. Over time, tolerance builds, addiction creeps in, and the risks pile up. Heart problems, paranoia, anxiety, and serious damage to mental health. Cocaine doesn't make life bigger, it slowly takes it apart. For people dealing with depression, ADHD, or emotional struggles, it can be even more dangerous. The post-high crashes can deepen the lows, feed addiction, and even push people towards self-harm. Real help doesn't come from a substance, it comes from connection, from talking to someone, from getting help. So, if you're struggling, reach out. Talk to a friend, a therapist, a hotline, anyone you trust. And if you know someone who might need to hear this, send them this video. We need to talk about cocaine. We need to talk to each other.